Can you tell that, like, women's intuition? We've heard about this. I don't know. I just have a weird feeling about this. Like, we talked about this a few podcasts ago about, like, men maybe don't have that intuition. When you walk out the door, you're not worried about, like, am I going to get raped? Is someone coming out here? Who's this guy? Women have that, like, sixth sense of, like, something's creepy about this guy. I don't trust that guy. I don't know what it is. Way more than men.
Right.
Yeah.
Men have a lot of skill sets that are a lot better, or different women in certain categories. Women have that women's intuition, sixth sense. So do you have an intuition of, like, this guy might be a fraud? I don't know. Does he really have what he says? Is this something I can trust? When you're out there having fun in Miami doing your thing, can you tell when a guy is lying to you? What kind of red flags do you see out there?
You're all looking at me because you know.
I asked you.
You live in Miami, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, the most experiences I've had with that have been in Miami, where, like, I'm on a boat with someone, and then he's like, okay, we gotta go. I'm like, why?
Really?
I thought you owned this boat. Nope. It's like, I rent these boats, or things like that. Or I've seen a guy with take me out, and then a week later, I'm on a different app and I see him under a different name.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm still learning. I think I try and think the best of people. I don't always have that sense of what real, because like I've said a bunch of times on the show, money doesn't really matter to me. It's honesty and character. Right. So I'm not looking at how thick your credit card is. I'm not paying attention to that until situationally I don't feel safe or something feels energetically wrong with them. That's when you know you're in trouble. I think. Because when they're faking it, it's okay.
Well, for most guys, guilty, in the business world, you kind of got to fake it till you make it. Especially if you're in the sales world, you're trying to get clients. It's like most guys out there don't start with a Rolodex of clients, business contacts. You kind of, whether you're an entrepreneur, you got to act like you've been there, talk the talk, then walk the walk. But guys kind of have to fake it till they make it. If you haven't made any money yet, it's like, you got to kind of go get a cheap shoot. You got to go to shoes, DSW. You got to kind of throw it together. You might have not a Movado watch. You got an avocado watch. There's a million different things that you got to do to fake it till you make it. Is that a turnoff for women to find out, you're really kind of broke, dude, paycheck to paycheck? What do you think?
I don't think it's really necessarily like a turnoff. I think it is something to be wary of. Because you do want somebody, I look for somebody that even though if they're not at a certain level, they see themselves at that level, and they like act as if until you are. Now, of course, you're a little bit more wary, you're paying more attention to certain things, like who they're on the phone with, certain activities that you're doing, who's around, who's their homeboys. Like, for me, those things become more visual and up in my face than necessarily like, oh, he's faking it till he's making it.
You're talking more character. Who else is he dating? What's what kind of values does he have? That, like, all right, how much money do you make?
Yeah, you can unravel that without necessarily like, oh, like you're a fraud, because at the end of the day, if you pick somebody and you end up with them and shit hits the fan, you want to have that security, like, this guy got it, he's able to figure his way out of it. His mindset is strong, he knows what it's like to not have and be able to come out of it. So I think that's what I'm more pay attention to, because I don't know, I think when also men have so much money, like, he said, like, at that point, women are like gold diggers. They're looking like to hop on the board rather than like you meet somebody who's maybe like on their come up and you come up with them. You get to see that struggle and that journey and you value it more. Money is a little bit more important to you rather than like, oh, he's rich. Like, I just want to go on his boat. Like, I've never been on.
Go ahead, Rebecca.
That's definitely my story with my husband. When I met my husband, he made substantially less money than he does now. And because
he's got a good wife by his side, so I'm trying to say.
And also, he's just, like, what I noticed in him was that ambition, that drive to make money, to have a purpose, right? I think if a man is on his purpose and he's working towards something, that's the attractive part. It's not, oh, I'm flashing a Movado watch or a Rolex or whatever. If the man is like disciplined, determined, and looking to, grow and to excel in whatever field he's in, that's the attractive part. And like, I would say I have like a Kevin Samuels IKEA marriage, right? So we built together, And now we're in a place where, you know, we live a very comfortable life, but we don't live in excess. We don't overspend. We don't have things that we can't afford. And what we try to do is invest in our family. Like, that's where we're spending the money. And, you know, the things I'm worried about is not the same thing as John Anthony's worried. I'm worried about diapers, you know.
Can I say one last thing on that real quick?
Go ahead.
That I'm more wary of a scammer than a phony.
Yeah.
So what he did, it's kind of like manifesting. You're projecting the person you want to be. Even if you buy the nice shoes, you live that life. You believe you live that life. You eventually will live that life, just like he did. He manifested that. But a scammer who's scamming people out of money and scamming people and doing bad deals, that is my red flag. I don't care if you don't have a lot of money, but how you make your money, that speaks to your character more.
Absolutely.
So give the two words you said. You'd rather have
a phony than a scammer.
So what's the difference and what's the
a
pros and cons?
A phony is somebody who's not exactly saying what they are. They are faking it, like you said. They are projecting a character bigger than themselves. And a scammer is somebody who's doing something wrong or hurting other people in the process.
Gotcha.
You know?
So you're bringing up this terminology. What are you classifying
He
John
was being
as?
a phony.
You think he was being a phony?
He said, yeah.
Why do you think was being a phony?
Because he was pretending or projecting that he had money enough to get these women to even just go out on a date, obviously. But he wasn't scamming women out of something. They weren't losing something out of the deal.
It's not like he was the Tinder swindler.
Yeah,
you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That guy
That's
is a
a good one.
scammer, and that I have a problem with. If what you're doing isn't, I mean, maybe you weren't honest about your money, but if you were honest with your intentions, which we'll get to, because that's the main thing I want to know about is how much do these women know? Not about your money and your wealth, but about your lifestyle.
Yeah.
If you're open and honest, I have no problem with that.
So if you like that clip, click right here to watch another, or if you want to watch the entire Soscast, click right here.